is Tammy Lindahl, and you are listening to the Bomber Buzz.
It's a great day in the Bomber Nation, and you're listening to the Bomber Buzz. I'm Principal Jacob Jenkins, joined as always by Data students, Mr. Paul Rudolph. And Paul, wow, we had a big week last week.
We did have a big week. It was a fun week. Girls went down to Jamestown and performed admirably, right?
They absolutely did. Third place. I mean, how great. Just they played hard, and wow.
Yep. No, it was a... Yeah, obviously you'd like to be the title winner, right?
Sure.
And really, had a shot. They were playing really well and had a little hiccup. Probably they'd certainly want those 8 minutes back, but that's why you play the games. And they came back the next night and competed really hard. Because sometimes you wonder how that third place game is going to roll. But man, our girls competed really hard. And it was really one of the funner games of the tournament to watch.
Yeah. Well, they really put it all on the line.
They did.
And that's that's what champions do. Yep. Champions, no matter what, they give their all. And they wanted that third when they were in that game, and they got it.
Yeah. No, it's a fun team to watch.
Yeah.
Very fun team to watch.
Well, we're in a kind of a lull now. We're recording on a Wednesday. We're about to head into spring break here for a couple days. And, really, not a whole lot this week. We had parent-teacher last night, and today, right now, juniors are taking the ACTs. Other than that, just a quiet week. Just everybody kind of come down a little bit.
I mean, it was obviously we had the music carnival Monday night, and then parent-teacher, so there was the busy Monday, Tuesday, half day today, rolling into spring break. But it is, and then you look at next week, and just as far as people traveling different places, not a lot of stuff going on.
Not much, no.
Been one of those rare weeks where we're mostly in school. Yeah,
this is kind of the spring lull now. Practices start on Monday for baseball
and softball. Yep. Track started last Thursday. A good majority of our kids were gone.
Yep.
But they've been rolling this week now, and they get started, and they do have some indoor competitions coming up over in Williston.
Nice.
But nothing, right here in the near future.
Yeah, it's still a little, the weather's not cooperating quite yet.
No, kind of a tough morning commute this morning.
Oh, yeah. Quite the ice.
Yeah, there was. It was one more interesting day on the commute. But
that's right.
No, otherwise it was pretty good. You mentioned registration was coming up for...
Yeah, so we're going to do high school registration on Tuesday next week, the 18th. And then students will bring home at some point the classes they're looking at for next year. And, coming up here, I guess not a whole lot next week other than that, regular school days. And then at the end of the month here, we've got junior senior banquet on the 28th and prom on the 29th. And, that's kind of our March.
Yeah.
And then we'll hit April, and then it'll all speed up from there.
And you should take the registration pretty serious, just to where you want to get and what you want to do. And
there's one of the things that I think we're pretty proud of is we have a lot of options. Despite being a small school, there's still a lot of opportunities because we can leverage North Dakota Center for Distance Education. Those are online classes students can take. We have ITV classes that students can take. And we have a whole host of programs through, it's called CRACTC and their network. And I mean, we're talking things from there's your ag and tech, but aviation, drones, computer, cybersecurity, video game design. Like there are hundreds of choices. So, health classes have been very popular. Mm-hmm. And then for juniors and seniors, there's just a ton of dual credit opportunities. I know this year's senior class, we got students that most of their schedule is college classes, dual credit. And I think that that's really a real boon to us. I think that, by being able to offer that, we're really giving our kids that want that head start into collegiate career. And so they can go in and have mostly the first year done and maybe even a little more, depending on how many they took their junior year as well.
Oh, I agree. I think that's one of the things that's amazed me a little bit the most being here is just the different avenues. And it's not your traditional sitting in the classroom with a face-to-face teacher.
It's not, no.
But it's close. I mean, you're sitting in a classroom sometimes with a teacher on the TV, and you can still communicate with them.
Yep.
The world's gotten smaller that way.
It has.
So, there's not an excuse to have it. I mean, we've got seniors that are going to be close to 40.
That's right.
40 college credits.
Yeah. Like I said, a whole year and some.
Yeah. And some,
under their belts.
Right. And some change without a doubt.
And those classes are cheaper. So you're getting it for half the cost of what you would be at the actual college. So although there's cost to it up front, at the end of the day, you're saving yourself quite a bit.
Without question. Yeah.
And we also have career opportunities. Like this year, we've got students that are doing internships in the afternoon. One's apprentice electrician. We have
HVAC. The other one's HVAC.
Yeah. And that's something that we offer as well to seniors that, if they're going to be working in a career, and we can help them find placement, or if they have placement, someone that they're working with already, then they can go and get credit for working in that career. I should note that's not just for working a job. Like we don't give credit for working at Target or Cenex, but if you're, there are opportunities abound, and there's lots of people in our local community here and the extended community, and Burlington and Minot that are more than happy to have a student come and learn that career. And the two guys I was talking about, they're already set. When they graduate, they have jobs already set. And so
moving into their career.
Yeah. So that's another way that I think that we can really facilitate that postgraduate move, so that we're really wanting our students to achieve here, but then be ready to move on to.
Well, yeah. So, the buzzword that you hear is choice ready.
That's right.
Right. And I think that's what we've been striving for. And for the most part, from what I watch, like, man alive, we're giving them a pretty good opportunity here.
That's right. Well, and there are military opportunities as well. We're fortunate out here that we have the National Guard. They come out to the school, and every time a student's been like, well, I'm interested in National Guard, those guys are out here. They're out here to meet, and the Air Guard as well has been really great to work with for anyone that's interested in the military. What's interesting about the National Air Guard in Minot that we just learned last year? If you join the Minot National Air Guard, did you know you'll only be stationed in the Minot area?
Really?
Yep, because their mandate is specifically to protect missile sites and things like that in and around this area. And so when you join that guard, you are a part of that. And so this is the only area that you'll be assigned to, which is really neat.
Yeah. If you want to stay local, for sure.
If you want to stay local and still, do that military service, it's a really great opportunity.
Yeah. So I guess just kicking off of that, the whole concept when we started this is that even though you're 16, 17 years old, you want to take a close look at that registration list and kind of get a feel of what you want to do.
And you can start really planning what do I want, or what am I interested in? Because, we have plenty that would take medical careers thinking they want to, and then realize, nope, that's not for me. Or a technical trade that's happened as well, where they're like, oh, I'm going to take this class, and they're like, oh, you know what? That wasn't for me. That's not what I thought it was.
Right. And that was my point. And I'm glad you touched on that, because that was my point I was trying to make, is that it's a lot less expensive.
That's right.
Doing, hey, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this and put my effort into it instead of taking it at Minot State or Valley City or, wherever it might be, where, not the cost just goes up, and it's like, oh man, I don't know if I like this anymore.
Yeah.
You can kind of dip your toes in it here and see what it's all about. So
cast a wide net.
Exactly.
Try a lot of different things.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's really important you take a good, strong look at that. And
agreed.
And, decide, hey, maybe I want to try this. This would be the time to do it.
This is it. This
would be the time.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, there you have it.
Well, we got a shorter episode, but I think a great one. We are interviewing Addison Neshem here. She's part of the girls basketball again, third place in state. Just such a great year. She's going to talk a lot about the teammanship, and I was really impressed in this interview. Just she's so humble and, you know, just always seeking to better herself and just really supports her team. And you could tell all the way through this season, the team supported each other, and she talks about that too. So it's a really great listen. So stick with us on the Bomber Buzz for that interview. H&L Safety and Supply has everything you need to run a proper work site. Tools, lighting, porta-johns, and more. Purchase or rent the things you need. H&L Safety and Supply is a family-owned business that exemplifies small-town values. For over 13 years, they have been serving their clients with top-notch customer service and excellent equipment. For all your worksite needs, call H&L Safety and Supply at 701-624-2183. H&L Safety and Supply is a proud sponsor of the Bomber Nation.
Hey, this is Mr. Kronka, the middle school teacher here at Berthold, and my fun fact is it is impossible to hum while holding your nose shut. And now I'm going to ask you to do it, and you're probably going to look just as silly as I did. And, well, now you know.
We're back on the Bomber Buzz, and joining us now, it is a real treat and a pleasure to have Addison Neshem here with us, 10th grader here, and we're going to be talking about basketball. We had quite the season this year, Addison. And you had quite the personal season yourself. Do you want to tell us some of the accomplishments that you achieved this year?
Our team got third in state, which is a pretty big deal for school history and just even as a team. Casey hit 1,000 points. I hit 1,000 points. And it was just a very fun season.
Yeah, that's some big numbers. That's pretty great.
It was a pretty fun season, and it started out right away, huh? I mean, winning the Nedros tournament, that's kind of cool. I don't think we'd done that. I mean, my first year here, I think we won our first one, then got rolled, and you know, performed okay. But like we've moved this. The needle was moving last year. The needle moved again this year. It's kind of exciting, right? Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about the camaraderie of the team.
Yeah, at the beginning, I think we saw each other saw each other grow over the season so much. Like, I think we only got better as the season went on, and I think we just really clicked when we needed to.
I would agree. From a fan's eyes, I guess watching you in December as opposed to watching you in February at the regional tournament, particularly, well, District 2, but the regional tournament particularly, oh my goodness, this is completely different look. Mainly on defense, I thought. That was my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Really had grown. You know, we had Coach Deaver on a couple months ago, and one of the topics that people wanted to hear about was the kind of that preseason clinic that you guys do. Tell us a little bit about it from a player's perspective. You know, that where the guy come in and just, you know, spent, I think, 6 hours one day, 3 hours the other day. I think it was 3, 6, and 3, if I remember right, or something in that capacity. But tell us a little bit about it from a player's perspective.
Yeah, at first you're kind of it was called lock left, where we force everything to the left side. And then at the end of the season, we kind of just focused on staying in front of your girl and winning your matchup, and just always work as hard as you can on defense, because it just transfers over to offense so much. The energy of our defensive side just transfers over to our offense, and it just keeps us flowing. If we get a stop on defense, it just works better on the offense side because we have that energy going into it.
Well, I think that's a life lesson.
Yeah, for sure. Because that momentum really carries through.
And just the fact that if you're going to be energy here, energy one way or the other, negative or positive, soft or hard,
that's absolutely right.
It stays with you if you can transition that in just about any walk of life and any job you take on or any volunteer thing you're doing. The good positive energy is extremely good. Let me rephrase the question. From a player's perspective, how was it sitting, listening, attentive for 10 hours? You know, 2 hours Friday night, 6 hours all day Saturday. You know, just what did the guy do to keep your attention? And was there anything that you picked up from that standpoint? Just, you know, being there for a long period of time with 14 other girls.
Yeah, I think we could just all had to focus and just really listen, because we had to fit in all that information and that amount of days. There was a whole season's worth of information in 3 days. So it was just we just know we need to like focus and just like lock in kind of.
Yeah. Was he a part whole teacher? Like, did he teach you something and then get you up and demonstrate? I mean, how did he?
Yeah, we kind of like, he showed us and then we did it and then we'd like just kept on doing that.
Yeah, just kind of then repeat it and go from there, huh? Any highlights of the season for you?
Definitely winning the region championship. That was that was a moment I'll like never forget.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It was just so much fun.
Oh yeah, I think when you watch the whole student section come off that east end of the hoop and then kind of at the top of the key, there's just a mass of humanity there. It was kind of exciting. It was pretty cool. It was right. How about for the team? Like, just what do you guys think? Was there a turning point in the season where you're like, okay, we can do this. We can put this on our bingo card.
I think like for me personally, I think like the Surrey game when we played them in Surrey, I think that's when it like we were just like, yes, that's like, I think that was like our turning point as a team. Like, I think we just executed everything so well and we just like finished the game and it was just, the energy in that gym was so good too. Like it was just small, loud, and I think it just really got us going.
Yeah. I think that was right around the 9th of January, if I remember correct, somewhere in that range. It was early January, or one of our first games coming back from the break. I know that. Speaking of energy and loud, I thought our crowd did a pretty good job, particularly through the region tournament. I mean, you got to tip your hat to the guys, to the boys, I guess, however you want to refer to it, but had a little bit of a slogan each night and, brought it in the districts, brought it in the regions. We're down at the state tournament. From what I hear, Party City made some money off of our guys.
I think so, yeah.
I thought they did a pretty good job. I thought it was just exciting having some excitement in the gym. How about the facilities you got to play in? I mean, what'd you think of the event center down in Forebears?
First night, I think it's just because it was like a little more empty because it was first night, but like when it got to like championship night, it's like, this is cool.
Yeah. Pretty nice facility. What'd you think of the Civic Center?
That was nice too.
Yeah. I thought the Civic Center was probably a little more quaint, a little louder on the floor, so to speak, if you will.
Yeah, because all the fans moved down to like the first level. So
and then they move up to their chairs after that. Yeah, I thought it was kind of quaint and really served the purpose well. How about just the experience? Like you mentioned the region championship. Any other experiences throughout the year that were like, oh man, that's pretty cool. This was a lot of fun. Things that you're going to remember?
Kind of like just every game. Like I think this season was just so memorable and like every single game, I remember it and it was just so much fun. Obviously winning is fun, but
oh, for sure.
Like that was like, we went undefeated at home here and like, that's just crazy. And like, but I know like we deserved it because we just worked so hard.
You did.
You did. Worked hard. Right. I think we won 26 games. Wasn't it 26?
Isn't that amazing?
26 and 2.
26 and 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like 26 or 20. I'm pretty sure it was 26 because I thought that first one was 25 at the state tournament. I thought Denver told me that. And then 26 to get when we beat Central McLean. Yeah. Quick story, but Maddie Edwards, you probably know Maddie. She refs a little bit, and Tracy's always taking pictures or taking tickets or doing something always, right? And I think she told me, she's like, "Oh, this is such a change, Paul. When Maddie was a freshman, we didn't win a game, and that's not too long ago. I think most of the girls were 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, and here we go, changing the tempo. It's
such a shift.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting, pretty fun. What else? 1,000 points. Tell us about that. Cool experience. No big deal. Move on. Let's go. What? I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? I mean, I asked 3 questions
Focus
there.
on the next 1,000.
Yeah. I mean, like individual success is cool, but like team success is better.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I would agree with you 100% all the time there.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime it is. That sums it up. It's cool, but.
Well, individual achievement is often built upon the teammates that help you achieve that, and it's rarely done by yourself solo. So it does take a team to help you succeed. And so.
Yeah, and I couldn't have done it without teammates.
No.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's pretty cool. I agree. It's a cool deal, but winning sure tops a lot of things and beats a lot of things. And experiencing, I think anytime you can experience with a bunch of other people, especially people you care about and all that kind of stuff. Winning is just like, oh man, this is pretty fun.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool.
So there are a lot of Bomber girls now, especially that really look up to you guys, and I think have really built a lot of excitement. And one of the things that's impressed me about you and your team is the attention and the kindness that you show these little kids. Like, you are fostering future teams. So for those people that are looking and those kids who are like, man, I can't wait to be a Bomber and play, what advice would you give them for prepping themselves and building up their skills now to achieve when they reach high school?
Like, always just build like fundamentals, like work on your fundamentals with the game, and like just build from there, and just like always like put in the extra time, extra work.
Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, that's a lot of what it is, right? It's you have to put in your time.
Yep.
Oh, without a doubt, right? Mm-hmm. And you've put in some time. And we could, seriously, do you score more points close to the hoop or farther away from the hoop?
Close.
Yeah. You guys hear that? Like, she scores points close to the hoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fact. I mean, that's like, that's one of the first things I noticed. Like, a lot of people will see the, cool jump shotters, but jump shots can be off. Mm-hmm. But the thing that I always appreciate about you when I watch is she gets to the hoop and scores. And it's like, that's there most every night, you know?
Yeah.
And when you said the fundamentals and work on that and the dribbling and the passing, and I think another person that benefited from you being able to get to the hoop was Aubrey. Mm-hmm. That girl would move over to cut you off, and then a little bounce pass that boom, and she nails it. And by God, she was close to the hoop.
Yeah. And that's that teamwork.
Yeah, it was just fun to watch. It was fun to watch. It was like, oh, that's good fundamental basketball. That's fun to watch. Yeah, I enjoyed it and appreciated it. Anything else? What else can you tell us? Tell us a little bit about your teammates.
I love them.
Come on, let's give us a couple words about the freshmen, right? We had what, 6 of them on there?
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Yeah, 6, maybe 7.
Yeah, they did most of like our scout team at the end.
And what's important about that?
Just helps us prepare
without
for
a doubt,
the
right?
Game, yeah. And they'd all like be a player on the opposite team, and they'd do their role, and that's what makes a team, is everyone has their own role, and
that's right.
They stepped it up when they need to, and helped us out.
That's right. Agreed. And then, how about, like you had your starting 5, you guys were pretty consistent as far as that went. And then the first 2 off the bench were 1 freshman and a senior. Mm-hmm. What can you say about that?
Yeah, again, they stepped it up too. I mean, when Gretchen came into the regional game, she knocked down that last second 3, and like, that's what we needed. That was a big momentum change in our game.
Oh, gosh. I think everybody in the crowd had a big smile on their face, because I think this might have been the first one she hit, but who cares?
Yeah, and Ella steps it up defensively, and she can knock down a layup or a 3. And
no, it was a fun team to watch. And the thing I was mentioning is, like, you got Gretchen, who comes off the bench, maybe scored 20 points all year long, but was a valuable asset, playing defense and doing some, that
always hustling and diving for balls and doing different things of that nature. And, maybe got 8-10 minutes, but they were going to be the 8-10 best minutes she could put in that night. I think this just says a lot about your guys' character and your cohesiveness, and you're playing for each other. And it was like I said, it was a fun team to watch. Enjoyed you. So what else? You got anything else?
So what's next for Addison? How do you now postseason, and you got a little while until next season. So what will you be doing to now prepare or thinking ahead for that?
I'll probably be in the gym very often. I'll still be working on like my fundamentals, like ball handling. Definitely will be a big one for me, because I just know I need to get better at that individually.
For sure.
And then I think our team, we'll have quite a few open gyms and hopefully some team camps, and just get better as one.
That's it. I think, and the lesson there is you are always striving always pushing. And that's how you get good. That's how you get great.
Jump better, run better.
That's right. And you can't learn that without practice.
Yeah, exactly. Well, perfect.
Yeah, well, Addison, thank you so much for being with us today. State champ, third place state champs. I mean, wow. It still just kind of boggles the mind. I think everyone is still riding really high off of that. Just such an achievement, and just really proud of you, proud of all of the girls. Just everyone put in a full effort, and hard work and dedication just paid off. So congratulations to you on your team success. Congratulations to all the girls for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, stick with us. We got more coming up here on The Buzz. Sand Pro is a leading sand filtration specialist who uses cutting-edge wellhead technologies and automatic solutions to keep at the forefront of innovation in the oil field automation sector. Sand Pro prioritizes the rural values of safety, integrity, quality, commitment, and teamwork. Learn more about how Sand Pro supports local communities and the environment by visiting sandpro.com. Sand Pro is a proud sponsor of the Bomber Nation. Well, this has been the Bomber Buzz. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you guys again next episode. Taking us out, here is the Berthold Band playing our school song.